and the breastplate of justice, and the belt of truth, the shoes of peace to go spread the good news, the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the breastplate of justice, and the belt of truth, the shoes of peace to go spread the good news. We're ready to go spread the good news. We are the Knights of North Castle. We are ready for battle. Wherever we go, we know that we won't ever be shaken. We wear the armor that saves us. Oh, we are the Knights of North Castle. We are the Knights of North Castle.
Hey, welcome back to day 2 of our VBS. Remember that we are Knights of the North Castle because we are out seeking the armor of God. You can read more about it in Ephesians chapter 6. So today we are actually going to make some knights. So we've got our little backdrop thingy here. We're going to kind of roll it into a circle. I'm going to make mine into a circle first. You're putting your stickers on first.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll mine into a circle first. We'll see which one of us is right. How's that sound? All right,
Sounds
so you know, it's funny that as we were making these knights, it reminds me of a story about a guy in the Bible who had to put on some armor one time. And guess what?
It was one of your favorite Bible stories?
It's one of my favorite Bible stories.
Well, imagine that.
It's a story of David and Goliath. You see, David was just a little dude.
Yeah.
And
how little?
He was like little.
Like
he was like
small?
PJ little.
Like PJ little.
So he was like a little dude, and his brothers were in the army. And his brothers were off fighting. They're fighting the Philistines. And he was back at home tending the sheep because he was a shepherd. Why were they
fighting the Philistines?
Because they always fought the Philistines. I mean, that's what they did. You know, what are we going to do? You know, what are we going to do for the summer? We're going to go fight the Philistines. So they were out fighting the Philistines. But the Philistines had this secret weapon. They had this really big dude. His name was Goliath.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and Goliath was a massively large individual. He was like 9 feet tall.
That's like as tall as Chris.
That's like way taller than Chris. So they got this big dude named Goliath, and he would come out every day, and he would stand, and he would say to the people of Israel, like, hey, your God is a puny God, and we're going to come and we're going to destroy you.
That's not very nice.
That is not very nice. Goliath was not a very nice guy. So we believe our God is so cool that we will actually, we'll fight. I'll fight your best warrior, and if I win, you become our slaves, and if you win, we'll become your slaves.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. So you just need to get one guy that's willing to fight a 9-foot giant with, you know, big stuff. And yeah, they didn't want to do it. Nobody wanted to do it. They actually were hiding from him every time he would come out. Well, Dad I think you're right. I think it is a cape. Look, it's perfect cape size. So Dad finally got tired, and he's like, hey, go find out where the boys are. So he sends David, and David goes to find out where the boys are, how things are going.
His brothers?
Yeah, his brothers. And David shows up right when Goliath stands up to do his whole challenge thing. And David is like, wait a minute. This ain't right. Like, we don't talk that way about God. And so he goes to everybody, and he's like, hey, we need to do something about this. We need to go, and we need to show this Goliath dude who God really is. And the people are like, yeah, but you're just a little dude. And he went to the king, and the king was like, all right, fine, I'll let you go fight him. Because David gives this whole really cool speech about, hey, you know, I'm a shepherd, and I've killed lions and bears. You thought I was going to say tigers.
Not tigers.
Nope. So I fought all these things, and you know, the God that saved me from the claw of the lion and the bear is going to save me from Goliath. And so the king was like, all right, fine. I'll let you go out and fight, but you have to put on all of my armor. And so David put on all of his armor, but remember, David was a little dude, and the king was actually a really big dude. And the king should have been out there fighting Goliath. But he wasn't. And so David put on all the armor and everything, and he tried to walk around, and he said, hey, this ain't going to work because it's too big for me. And so he goes and he picks up 5 stones.
5?
5 stones. You know why he picks up 5 stones?
No.
Because we think Goliath had 4 brothers. So he picks up 5 stones, and he goes up, and Goliath starts making fun of David. And
That's not very nice.
He says, am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? And David was like, no, but you ain't going to talk that way about God anymore. So I got to knig it.
I got at night because mine's cooler.
Okay. So they go to fight, and David takes his sling and boing, nails him right there in the forehead.
In the forehead.
In the forehead. And guess what happened to Goliath?
What?
He was out like a light. I mean, he went down, boom.
You scared the knight.
I scared the knight?
Yeah.
I shouldn't scare the knight. He's the knight. I shouldn't scare him. So he went down, and David goes and picks up Goliath's own sword.
His own sword?
And chopped off his head with his own sword.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then all the Philistines were like, run away, run away. And it was just, yeah.
But now the Philistines are the Israelite slaves.
The Philistines really didn't follow what they said they were going to do, and so they ran away. But it's okay. The Israelites chased them down, and it wasn't really a good day for them.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say that.
Okay.
So yesterday we talked about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They put on the belt of truth. Today we talked about David, and he puts on what we call the breastplate. It's fits over your chest.
This thing.
It's of justice, because David wasn't going to allow the people to say the things that they were saying about God. He wanted justice for God. So let's sing some songs about David and Goliath. What do you say?
Sounds great.
All right, let's hit it, girls. And Ian. And Hogan.
When temptation's big and my faith seems small, I remember to surrender to the one who's able to deliver me, my shield and my defender.
They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Giants in the land, my God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. Oh, 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 giants in the land. Oh, oh, oh. Though I walk through valleys, I will not fear. When I remember to surrender to the one who's able to deliver me, my shield and my defender.
They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Giants in the land, my God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. My God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. Oh, 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 giants in the land. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
Hey, hey Goliath, you look pretty big. Me, on the other hand, I'm just a little kid. So what? I may not be strong as you. There is something about me you don't know. Here's the truth, see? You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord, yeah. Hey, hey, Goliath. Hey, hey, Goliath. Hey, hey, Goliath. of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord, yeah. Hey, hey, Goliath. 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 Go ahead and laugh. I got a couple pebbles hidden in this bag. When I raise my arm, when I start to swing, I'ma knock you out with just a rock and a sling, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the power of the Lord, yeah. Hey, hey, Goliath. 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 Stand before me with your shield and hey, hey, Goliath. Stand before you with the name of hey, hey, Goliath. Stand before me with your shield and hey, hey, Goliath. Hey, hey, Goliath.
Hey, I hope you guys have had fun with us again tonight. We've talked now about two pieces of the armor of God. We've got the belt of truth and the breastplate of justice. So I hope you guys come back to us tomorrow night because we're going to have some more fun tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Bye.